what's up, y'all? So, this just a little talking video, something I want to not even get off my chest, but more so get it out my head, and maybe I won't think about it as much, man. Because let me ask y'all this. How often do you think about death? And I'm not talking about like suicide, killing yourself. I'm talking about just about dying, period. Because for one, everybody got a day to die. But some people's time do get caught short, whether they get murdered or accidental drug overdose or just some accidental death shit, So yeah, how often do y'all think about it? Because I think about it every day, son, like every day. Like I do not like that. Like, and I know because death surrounds me. Death surrounds us all, really. Things die every day, people die every day, but it's like, for me, I really started thinking about it, like a trigger set me off or some shit, like back in 2019. So, let's start in 2018. My cousin Mark got shot and killed around Northwest. Rest in peace to Mark. Then a year later, now that didn't really, like, I felt bad and I knew where it happened, and that's your cousin, that's family. But somebody took his life, you know what I'm saying? Somebody took his life, okay? Then a year later after that, his sister, who was also my cousin, had already been diagnosed with breast cancer for a minute, but then she was breast cancer free. Or, she beat breast cancer, but then it came back. And then she died around October. I believe she died a year and 2 days after her brother, Mark, died. So, and I had went to go see her in the hospital probably some weeks before she died, because they said that she was my grandmother told me, they said that she was getting worse or whatever, and they wanted us to come see her. So I saw her and I gave her a hug and everything. I think they had her like highly sedated or some shit. I know she woke up enough to hug us and stuff and smile. But rest in peace, D. But once she died, like something snapped in my head or something, because after she died, I was checking my breasts every day for a year. I just stopped checking my breasts when I went and got my well woman's exam, and that was like 2 weeks ago. So, and it's been 2 years, just 2021 technically. But either way, I was checking my breasts every night, and I would like think about it, and I was just thinking about death a lot because it was surrounding me. Then, okay, she died in October? 2 months later, my Uncle Mooney died. Rest in peace, Uncle Mooney. I miss you every day, man. I miss your calls, your crazy text. Or you wanted me to come do random things like bring you an old TV from out the basement. But yeah, Mo, like, when he died, it was just like, what the fuck? That was the straw that broke the camel's back like shit. Because if y'all don't know, this was Christmas Eve when my uncle died. Christmas Eve morning. I had just got into I had just got into an argument with my brother and everything, and then I get a call, Lacey, shout out to Lacey, calling me, telling me, and it's not even registering in my head that Lacey is calling me from my sister's phone, So she was like, you need to sit down for what I'm about to tell you, okay? So I'm like, what's going on? I'm still mad about my brother, and then when she tells me, they saying your uncle in the house dead. And I'm like, what? And I just like broke down right then and there, because I'm like, well, I ain't heard from him in some weeks, and I usually probably hear from him like once a week or something, whether it's Facebook or phones or whatever, Facebook or text message or whatever. So when she say that, I just automatically broke down, because I'm like, I wasn't expecting to hear that. That can't be true. So I put on my clothes and shit, and I'm on my way, rushing, and it was like time was going fast but slow at the same time. And I just remember like getting out the car, and it's like a one-way to get to his building. Like you can go up, but that's really a one-way, and I wasn't about to like go all the way around the neighborhood to be on the right side of the street technically. So I drove in up that one way, and I flipped around inside the neighborhood. I'm like, I ain't about to this ain't about to be that. I don't give a fuck. So I can remember like being on the phone with my sister and her asking me where I'm at. And I'm like, I'm coming. And she's like, you need to get here. Where are you? Yelling. And I still hear that same thing play in my head to this day. Amber, where you at? And I was driving down Benning Road at the time. But either way, I remember getting out the car and walking toward that building, man, and smelling that smell of dead bodies, because it was him and his wife. So smelling that smell, man, that's a smell I never forget either. That's a day I never forget. But after that, and then they pulling him out on the stretcher and shit, my sister said I didn't get to see that because I had to go find my mom. But the point is, after that, I just been thinking about death every day. I try not to, but somehow it pops up. Whether I'm watching something and something about some death pops up or anything like that. But then I think about, like, you know, the only person who ever came back was God, right? So it was like, and then in the Bible it says something like, or at least if you go to church and shit, they say shit like, you'll be able to meet your family again one day, or, you know, whatever. Some shit like that, like, you'll meet again in heaven. But then they also say in heaven, you're just spirit. So can you not see a spirit? I guess not. That's not like the same thing as a ghost. But to me, I look at it like this. Or I hope it's gonna be like this. I hope heaven is real, and I do hope I get to meet my family members that's gone, or the ones that I didn't get to meet, like my actual grandmother, which is my mom's mother. So things like that, and that they give you something to look forward to. But it's like, dang, only one person ever told us that that's gonna happen. Cause I don't know nobody that came back from heaven or came back after dying. Yeah, you could say people visited you in your dreams and this and that, but no one knows a person that has actually came the fuck back. So yeah, I just really be hoping. I'm like, I hope you really get to like meet or get to see your family again, because if not, that's fucked up, you know. And I'm not like dissing nobody else's religion or talking down on religion. I'm talking about the things that we see and the things that we know.
What I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Because, you know, we have known knowns, we have known unknowns, and we have unknown unknowns, which is things that we don't know that we don't know. Because we know that we don't know certain things, like, so yeah, like, all that, like, folds up into one about this whole thinking about death all the time and hoping it's a real, you know, heaven and everything like that. Because it's gonna be fucked up. You want people, like my mother said, you want people in your life at all times. You know, you don't want to have certain people in your life in the beginning, and then you gotta wait till after you die to meet the rest, you know? Shit like that, man. Shit like that. I don't know, it's like that death thing is a deep wormhole, because it's like, if that could bring people back, I guess they would, but it's like once the brain dead, that controls everything, and it's like been no way that they knew how to bring a brain back to life so far. So I just hope we get to meet our family again one day, man, and our friends. Cause some of us got friends that's not here no more, friends that passed away early in life. You know, as kids, my friend Jonte was hit by a car. He was 12. We was 12. You know? You ever been to a kid's funeral? I ain't even get to go, but I seen the pictures and stuff. It's not right. What you talking about? But yeah, y'all. It's starting to rain. I got that off my head, off my chest, out my head, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying my best not to think about death a lot. I know we all gotta go one day. I hope I don't go early at all. I want to live my whole life. Take me away at like 100 or something like that, you know. Same thing with my friends. Even when I wake up in the morning, I go to sleep at night, I pray that my family and friends get to live their whole life and be mindful of it. You know, don't get like no Alzheimer's disease or anything like that, you know. So yeah, that's just something about me that I'm trying to overcome, I guess. I guess I'm trying to really, not so much as understand it, but come to terms with it. Because look, I thought I was about to end this because yeah, just come to terms with it, because you know you can't bring people back, you know people gonna die, but it just be like, damn, why the fuck this had to happen that way, you know? Because I know if every people have to die, because if not, that's gonna be too many people in the world. But I believe that it's not nobody's time to go. If they ain't die like if they ain't die like in no normal way, like, what do they call it? Like when old people die, natural causes or some shit like that. You know? I'm rapping mode. I might pick up this subject again. But yeah, be safe, y'all. Think positive. And just know some things is out of our control. Rest in peace to the ones that's not here. To the ones that was taken away too early. And I hope everybody that's watching this stays safe and you get to live your entire life.